Your wife used to pursue you. She used to desire you. But then something changed. It's like she doesn't want you anymore. See, a lot of men can face this. A lot of men can go through seasons where things seem like they've fallen off. His wife doesn't care. The intimacy has decreased. The amount of time they spend, the quality of the time. Just over time, it seems like your wife just doesn't care about you anymore, and she seems uninterested in being with you. But before you ask what changed in her, I want you to ask a really uncomfortable question. What's it like being married to you? Because I'm going to tell you, it might not just be her. Now, I'm going to give you some things that if you apply to your marriage, it's going to change for the better. Now, before you ask what changed in your wife, I want you to ask one uncomfortable question. What's it like being married to you? If your marriage feels disconnected, I'm going to give you some things that you can apply to your marriage, and I promise you it's going to only change it for the better. Maybe even better than what your relationship's ever been. So the biggest thing you can do right now is confusing ownership with blame. What do I mean by that? I'm not saying it's all your fault. What I am saying is that relationships are a two-way street. Sometimes maybe your wife is playing into some things that need to be changed, and it also could be you. So let's just think about this for a second. We're not trying to control your wife, and we're not trying to control her, and we're not trying to put all the blame on her. Maybe there is. I'm not in your relationship, so I'm not going to say, I can't say whose fault it is. What I can say with confidence is you can't control her. And if you are, that's a problem. But what you can control is how you act. What you can control is your attitude. Blame asks, whose fault is this? But a real leader asks, how can I change the part that I'm in control of to better my marriage and relationship? All right, let's do something uncomfortable for 30 seconds. And it's only going to work if you're actually honest with yourself. Let's stop pretending like you're the one married to your wife. Let's pretend you're married to you. Let's put yourself in your wife's shoes. Ask yourself these things. Are you checked out? Are you intentional with the time that you have with her? Are you always on your phone? If you're having conversations, do they escalate to arguments because you're getting defensive? Have you stopped trying? Have you stopped taking care of yourself physically? Are you just, what is it like being married to you? And would you like being married to you? Now, let me emphasize what I'm about to say. You can love your wife deeply and still be difficult to live with. So here's the thing. I am a strong believer, and I will always push that as a man, you are called to be the leader in your marriage. But that takes discipline. And now when I say discipline, a lot of you might jump to going to the gym is being disciplined, getting up and doing something is disciplined, or eating healthy, or whatever. There are so many ways to be disciplined. But guess what? You can apply discipline in your relationships too. Not getting defensive in an argument or in a conversation and letting her speak is discipline. There's an aspect of discipline in relationships though also, right? Controlling your anger is discipline. If you're having a conversation, whether it gets heated or however it turns into, hearing her out and not just speaking out of anger or speaking to win is discipline. Controlling your finances is discipline. Just putting her needs before your needs is discipline. Your relationship doesn't interrupt your self-development. You do that all on your own. Your relationship doesn't interrupt your self-development. It exposes it. Here's what scares me, and I've experienced this, but sometimes we don't notice the distance in our relationship until long after our partner has already been experiencing it. Here's what scares me, and it should also scare you. Sometimes we don't notice the distance in a relationship until long after she has already started feeling it. You see, I've gone through this too in my own marriage, and I think it's a pretty normal thing that all of us as men experience. But we just run into, we're busy, we're distracted, we're living our life, And then over time, it just kind of hits us where my wife doesn't talk to me. It's like she ignores me. It's like she's uninterested in me. And then we start getting defensive and start trying to blame her and what's her problem? What did she do? Well, we don't realize that, again, those things have happened over time. A relationship between two people doesn't just suddenly change. There's a natural build, and it's so natural and so that you don't notice it right away until it gets way out of hand. There's a good chance that she hasn't run out of things to say to you. She just has run out of patience trying to feel heard. There's 3 words that she wants to hear, that she needs to hear, and it's not just I love you. It's tell me more. You need to start focusing on her when she talks. It is so easy to be checked out in a conversation that you don't realize it, but it speaks more than words to her. So next time she's talking to you, take a moment, put the phone down, just look her in the eyes, and maybe even you saying, tell me more, it's just enough to give yourself a moment to pause and really set yourself up to be like, these next few minutes, I'm locked in with my wife. And be intentional. Listen to what she has to say. That's an easy thing that you can do that I guarantee will change how you guys communicate, how she feels heard and desired. And let me just emphasize this one thing. Understanding her and listening to her doesn't always mean you have to agree with everything she says. You're both your own people. You have your own opinions. All I'm saying is take the second to listen to understand instead of listening to react. And this next point right here is where a lot of guys can totally screw up everything I just said. They treat their time as a transaction with their wife. You see, if you want to actually start experiencing change in your relationship, don't put a price tag on it. Don't think I'm going to listen to her, I'm going to take her on dates, I'm going to bring her home flowers, I'm going to do the dishes or do whatever. And then get annoyed when she doesn't reciprocate the things you want back right away. It's so easy to get caught up in keeping a scoreboard in our relationships and being like, well, you know what? I've done X, Y, Z and 1, 2, 3, and you haven't done anything. So I just give up and screw you and you're an idiot. How is that going to help anyone? What it should be is, hey, I love you and I'm going to go do all these things for you because I know you love them. And I know it's going to mean something to you. Guys, something I've learned in my marriage that has taken me a while to figure out is when you start making your wife feel important and expecting nothing in return, she will start to flourish and start opening up and start becoming that girl you fell in love with. It just sometimes takes time. Sometimes it takes effort. Sometimes as men, we have spent so much time screwing things up in our own ways that you've kind of broken trust with her, and it takes time to build that trust back. Now, I need to say something important to the guy who's watching, who's hurting right now in his marriage. You matter also. I am not trying to say it is all your fault. I'm not trying to say that if your marriage is hurting or something is wrong, that it's all your fault. It could be her fault too. It's a two-way street. Marriages, they're tough. They take both people to make them work. As men, we crave respect. We crave desire. We crave affection. We crave feeling like we're on top of the world. We crave that look where our wife looks at us and we can just tell by that one look, like, man, I want to rip your clothes off, or man. But I want to say something to the man who's hurting right now. You are wanted, and that is an important fact. Ladies, if you're watching this, men want to feel needed. We want to feel like you need us to do things. Now, I'm not trying to say as a man it's all your fault, because you know what? Reality is relationships are a two-way street, and sometimes as a man you're in a one-sided relationship, and I'm not saying You need to accept and take full responsibility for a relationship if it's toxic. But where as men we can be leaders and we can make a difference in our relationship is instead of coming in hot and attacking your wife, saying something like, you never respect me more and I don't feel like you want me, and just going at her, flip it. Have a conversation and say, hey, I really miss you. I feel really disconnected. I feel like you don't want me. What's going on? What are you going through right now that has led up to this? Because I want to be able to deal with this and see if we can handle it in a way that affects our relationship in a positive light. Leadership in a relationship is showing up in the tough times and accepting responsibility for your actions, not hers. So forget fixing your entire marriage in 1 week. Just stick to these 3 things for now. 1, do a real self-evaluation on yourself. Again, what's it like being married to you? If you are in a relationship with yourself, what things that you can think of that you do could you change? For example, do you come home from work and bring all the crap that you have to deal with at work and the stress and bring it at home and lash out at your wife? Probably not something she asked for or that she wants. Change it. Pick 1. 2, when you come home, give her your undivided attention. Just pick a time, 15 minutes. Undivided attention of you're having a conversation. You ask, how's your day going? And she tells you, and wait for it, you say, tell me more. Don't just ask her how her day was and she says something and say, cool, I gotta go watch the hockey game. When's dinner ready? Don't do that. It's not gonna go well. But ask me more. If she says something, tell me more. I'm interested. How was that meeting? How was whatever? Put the phone away and just pay attention to her. And 3, stop keeping a score, having just back and forth. Hey, I did this week, and I did this and this, and you haven't done anything for me this week, so I'm just going to give up and change my attitude and screw you. Don't do that. If you buy her flowers, buy her her favorite flowers because that's what she loves. If she's stressed out and you see the dishes aren't done, just go do them. It's not hard to go do dishes at all. Or whatever it is, you know your wife better than I do. So just go do something for her and do it expecting nothing in return. It's pretty simple. Now, maybe she has changed. Maybe you have changed. Chances are you probably both have changed over the years in your relationship. And that is a normal thing. But you're not going to just change your marriage in one conversation and magically everything goes back together. So you don't have to fix your entire marriage tonight. But you do have to take accountability for your actions. You do have to take accountability for your flaws and your shortcomings. Because guess what? You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. And I know it. So tonight, ask yourself before you have any conversation with her, what am I like to live with? And if you don't like the answers that you come up with, well, there you go. Some simple things for you to start changing. Earn it every day.